Thanks for seeing what I saw.
I am... All right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Jeff Mohr. I'm the Northwoods Carver, and you are here watching whatever it is I'm going to do, I'm sure. I'm sorry that I'm still talking. But this has nothing to do with carving, because there's a lot of stuff going on here all over the place. I'll tell you something. I just want to make sure that everyone understands how much I enjoy what I do. I really enjoy it. I'm like a big, stupid kid bumping around through Walmart in the toy division. That is how I feel. I'm in the toy section of Walmart when I'm in my shop. And I get all my friends to come over and play with me. Not in a weird way, just follow me here. So,
whoa, what the heck was that?
I'm talking about the Carvers Cambium Work Shops. Now, the Carvers Cambium Work Shops I started teaching carving 6 years ago. I can't believe it. My shirts were made in 2015. Carvers Cambium Work Shop shirts. And kind of set me back. I was like, really? I thought it was like 2 or 3 or 4 years or something like that. But it was like 6 years ago. I don't know. Maybe it was 5. I don't know. I'm getting old. I don't care. So let me just break down what a class looks like from your perspective. All right. So if you wanted to come here and hang out with me for a few days or a week or whatever, this is what it looks like. First, you need to send me some images of your work so I can see where you're at. And I've had people that are very advanced come through here, and I've had people that never did it before came through here. Check out my video with 74 Years Young, I think is the title. And it's a great video. Great guy, great human being. Anyway, there's lots of videos for you to check out. But and I think there's a lot with students. There's been a lot with students. So if you check them out, you can kind of get the gist from those. But in reality, this is what I'm looking for. Commitment. That's why I charge. I don't even charge that much. And how much do I charge? Well, I'll tell you that at a little bit later. But what happens is when you come here for a class, you are going to, the first thing we do first day is we work on all the maintenance stuff, because you're going to be using my equipment, and I don't like it when my equipment breaks when other people have it. It's a pet peeve of mine not to break my stuff, so I don't have to buy new stuff. So you're going to learn how to properly dress a bar before my very eyes and yours. And you're going to learn how to listen for certain issues. I call it the chain effect issues that happen along, between the sprocket, the bar, the chain. Those 3 items, if any one of them is off, it can create a chain effect. And I'll teach you how to listen for that, what to look out for. Also, sharpening tricks, things like that. And then we go into, the day 1 is basically that. And, we'll set up on the ninja boards, what I call ninja boards, and we'll discuss light and shadow and how to manipulate the saw and proper handling techniques and how to carve with more detail and just carve smarter. That's day 1. It's pretty much, and we're going to eat really good. My wife cooks really great, or we'll go somewhere, or whatever. Depends on how much time you have. If you're only here for a weekend, my wife will probably either order something out, but if you want to get a hotel while you're here, that's on you. If you want to stay with us, we don't charge anything extra. We have a room upstairs, and you're more than welcome to hang out with me at night and talk carving or whatever you want to do. Everybody does it. There might even be a little beverage thing happening. I like to sip bourbons and ryes and I have a little collection, and I usually will sit there and sample my rye or my bourbons. If you don't drink, I got zero problem with it. If you don't smoke, I don't care either. If you do smoke, I don't care either. It's just one of those things. It's great to sit down and have conversations and learn about each other. And that's the other thing. There's a lot of table talk goes down on one of these classes. Matter of fact, you probably learn more at the table than you will out here in the shop. Just there's a lot of give and take. There's a lot of stories and lessons to be learned prior to even coming up here. Because there's one way to teach somebody. You can just show them, right? Some people go, yeah, that's the way I like it. Well, what if there's no reference to why you're doing what you're doing? Then you're just learning to do something without the history of why you do it and how it did come about. And I think it's important for us to have those discussions as well. Plus, like I said, it's a lot of fun. Lots of coffee, lots of donuts, lots of breakfast foods, lots of food. Anyway, you're gonna get stuffed while you're here. If you're on a diet, let us know. That's the other thing. If you have a special diet, you gotta let us know and we'll prepare whatever you want. And you can stay here with us. And if you're here for a longer stay, I recommend, like say if you're gonna be here for 4 or 5 days, would people do it all the time. If you're gonna be here for that length of time, then I'll schedule in, with your permission, of course, a little tour around the area. And maybe we might go out to dinner or something after work or something. We might go somewhere and just, so you can pick up some stuff from the area. Like with my last student, Alex, I took him around, man. I took him to the best pizza place. I took him to the best Mexican place. We went and got, I think we went to Wisconsin River Meats. He got a bunch of, Wisconsin Land Jaegers and cheese curds and Bloody Mary mix and all. He went home with a whole gift bag full of stuff that he was just going to share with his family because it's so good. I also took him to Andy's Meats, which is a Polish store, and he loaded up on all kinds of sausages, and he had a blast. So that's what we do. It's not just about carving. For me, if I can be serious for a second, it's not about carving. It's about carvers. I'm interested in the carver. I'm less interested on how you perform up here. I'm more interested in how you're performing up here. Because if you're doing good here, if you're in the right place up here, when you come up here, we're gonna be comfortable together, and we're gonna be able to discuss things easier than if you can. Because there's been times carvers have come and they feel a little intimidated or for whatever reason, and I used to just say, okay, just start on this, and then I'll leave and come back in 20 minutes or something, just so you can be by yourself. And they're like, okay, cool, thanks. So by doing the table time, that alleviates. It's the getting to know you process that's very important, and then we form a bond that'll last the rest of your career. And once you do take the class, like I said, it's an investment in you, but it's also you're showing me that you're not just trying to get something for free. That means you're willing to pay for it, which means it's pretty sacred to me. So I don't give free advice out anymore. I used to. But why? I got 35 years of experience, right? I'm a judge at the US Open. I've been there. This will be my 7th year. And I have a lot of experience. And why would I give my hard-earned experience to somebody who's just gonna piss it away, basically? It's just like more talk online. You get a lot of good advice online, but you don't know what camp they're from. You can just pick and choose, and eventually you're gonna keep picking and choosing. You're going in a spiral. And my old archery instructor, my buddy Tony, he always told me, if you're gonna have me help you, then just follow me. All right, follow me, because He said if you're listening whatever everybody else is listening to, then it gets very, very difficult. You need to find, like he said, pick a camp. Pick a camp and stay in that camp until you're ready to go. Because especially in the beginning, or if you're in a rut or whatever, and you really need a rock to believe in, then you got to have somebody that is going to be your rock. You're somebody else's rock. There's somebody out there guaranteed believes in you, and they want to come back to you because you're the rock. You're the base. You're their base, right? Well, I have my rocks, and I learn from them. So let me be your rock. I'll be the rock and the hard place if you want, but you need to pick a camp, and honestly, there's a lot of carvers that want to do it on their own, and I get it. I did it all on my own. I really did, and wish I had somebody like me that was nearby, or I would just go there. I'd hand them my money happily, just because I went through so much stuff that this course will definitely shorten that. All the BS, it'll shorten it dramatically, so that you'll be able to protect yourself against breakdowns and all kinds of stuff just by knowing stuff. This is what I'm interested in. If you can use these, great. But without this, these don't matter. So you got to get this figured out first. And that's what we're going to be doing. If you take a 5-day class with me, technically you'll need 7, because you got to show up. So that's the other thing. Say you don't want to drive across the country. So you just go out of a local airport, wherever you're at, and you fly to Madison, Wisconsin. Then I drive to Madison, Wisconsin. I pick you up. No red eyes, guys. I don't do red eye flights. I don't do early ins and outs. That's never going to happen. So get yourself a day flight. If you have to pay an extra $80, good. But if you are going to do a red eye flight and you're going to rent a car so that you have a car for driving, that's fine. But if I'm going to pick you up and you're going to stay with us, then just pick a normal time, please. Just a regular time, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. And then if it's like, say your flight lands at 3 o'clock and I'm there to pick you up with a big smile. Throw all your gear or your bags and stuff in my truck, and we come back to my house, to the dojo, and we just unwind and we talk that first night. Or I might show you around the place or whatever. Then for the rest of that time, that rest of that 4 day or 5 days that you're with me working, it's just going to be, you'll be able to see and use the things I taught you on the first day and the second day. You'll be able to actually put those things into use while you're here. So when you leave, you'll have a much better foundation. Then on the 6th day, say if you do like a 5 or 6 o'clock flight out, on the 7th day, do that when, like, say 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, if you can arrange it, because that way we can do some stuff. I can drive you around a little bit and go see some sites, maybe take you to the bluffs. We'll hang out, get some lunch somewhere cool, and then I'll have you at the airport, and little tears will be dropping down our cheeks when you leave, because we'll be best friends, as always. Anyways, that's what that looks like. If you can only do a weekend, and if you can drive, bring your tools with you. And then we'll go over all your tools and we'll address everything you have. And I'll teach you how to do that so that you can do that to your own tools. I can check out your combinations, what you're using, and make some suggestions. You can see what I'm using when you're here. So I got all kinds of cool stuff here to use. And then you can go, look at your own tools and go, okay, I see what I need to do. We also discuss like business planning, things like that. Like what would be the next best thing for you? Tell me about your area. What's where do you live? Are you near a lake? I mean, let's talk about this. Maybe we can get you, so you can get a little bit more exposure and kind of go over that. If you don't have a business name and you want a business name or a logo, I help you with that as well. So there's so much. And then also, once you take the class and you make the initial investment, then I'm invested in you pretty much for the rest of your career. If you ever have a question, you call me. If you need help designing a carving, call me. If you need to know or a refresher, I'll help you. That's just the way it works. And believe it or not, I had all these people come through, and I think I'm really only in contact with maybe a handful still. They still utilize that link to me. So anyway, as far as cost, the other thing with the airport, if you are going to stay and you're going to stay somewhere else, either you can rent a car and travel freely for that week, or if you're going to get a local hotel, I can come pick you up every day as well. That should be probably more, but I'm not making any money at this, guys. I'm not making nothing. I mean, very little. So the way I came up with my prices is I'm like, okay, this is how I'm going to do this. So what does the average carver make, do you think, if they have a shop or just working outside in their yard or in their garage or whatever? Like, how much do they want to make per day? And it's anywhere from, I've seen it from $250 to $800 or $500 is probably $500 if they can make $500 a day in inventory or whatever. That's a good day for some. And this is generally for the people that I'm working with a lot of times. So I charge $500 a day. So if you come for 4 days, it's $2,000. But what you get with that is a lot. All right. So if I figured how much my daily rate is here at my shop, that's not even a quarter. That's about a quarter of what I'd make. Plus, I got to do all the running, cooking. We supply all that. And we take good care of you while you're here. So for me, that's a bargain, and that's pretty much the nuts and bolts of it. So it's $500 a day. You don't need to bring tools, but unless you're driving, you can bring some stuff. You're not going to use them most likely. We're going to just basically break down how to do all the bar stuff. We're going to do maintenance. Then we're going to go into light and shadow and how to utilize that correctly. Body mechanics. We're going to clean up your saw, the way you hold your saw. If anybody ever watches me chainsaw, it's very non-dynamic. It's like watching snails race. But I've been doing this 35 years. I got joint problems and everything, and I can still carve most of the day without any problem because I have certain techniques that I use, which I'd be happy to show you, and that will help you later in your career. So you're not going to beat the crap out of yourself. I can't tell you how many people have come here and they just hurts me to watch them. So anyway, that's the deal. So you got 5 days of lessons if you want to come for 5 days, and then come in the day prior so that we can show you around. You can get rested up. We can get you settled in your room, and then on the last day, no red eye flights, right? No red eye flights. Just on the last day, we'll get you out of here at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever. We'll stop and get a bite to eat, show you around. You need some time to digest. A 5-day stint is great because you're going to learn a ton and you're going to do a lot of stuff and you're going to have a lot of fun.